Right, so this one. Okay, this one is... You think I can make the kit there? Let's make this. Let's see if we can. Let's see. You can watch me desperately fail at this. I'm failing already. Yep, it's gonna be off. Watch it be off. I'm gonna get here. Bloody thing's gonna be switched off. It's still on, it's still on, it's still on. Dear God, what was that? That sound we just heard, the TNT going off, that was one of the TNT scarers. Let's see if we can get that to trigger again. It should be around here somewhere. I can never remember where I put these things. Come on, come on. Where are you? No? Don't tell me the creepers are spawned in. Not that that's ever gonna happen, because this whole place was actually the whole area, and I should have really left a link in my last description because I did talk about that, but I actually changed the biome of this entire map, both in the Nether, the End, and this dimension, the Overworld. It's all Mushroom Island, so you don't get mobs spawning unless I've placed them. Right then, let's go down here. And this is the so-called 1 o'clock position of the map. And again, we go down the broken elevator shaft, down the vines, into the Wintertide laboratory that we've seen before. Noisy, noisy, noisy iron column there. Oh yes, the sewers. This was the sewer section here. This was inspired by Thaddeus, who did Blight Castle. His sewer section I thought was really good. I quite enjoyed that sewer section of his map, and had to steal my inspiration from there. I don't think he'll mind somehow. Do you? Right, here we go. We've got a buck. What's it say? Damn it, why did Joe have to come here and try and steal the energy core? I found it fair and square and he just walks into my place. Acting like a maniac, so I've put the energy core in a locked room and I'm going out to hide the door level. Door lever. Door level? Door lever. Acting like a maniac. Always reminds me of Whiplash. Lyrics from a Metallica song. Anyway, found it by Harry. Harry, eh? Who's Harry, we may ask? I'll leave all this here just in case I need it. Harry? Well, he lives in a sewer. He's going to be a bit dirty. It'll be dirty Harry then. Okay, right, so we need to find water, eh? Water in the Nether. We need to find the lever. And what the dickens? And we also need to find Joe, I guess. Ah yes, dripping water from the roof. It was actually on Thaddeus' playthrough, I believe, when he suggested that I do this. Make it a little bit more realistic, because that's what he'd done in his sewers. Well, there you go. It's in now. Thank you very much, Thaddeus. There we go. I think that's enough shout-outs to that lad. He's already called me Vladikins when I've been trying to help him out. I won't forget that. Ah, you hear the potion smasher there. There's a lot of proximity detectors around here. A heck of a lot. Let me trigger one off. So if I go... Come on. Is it going to fire? They never behave, do they, when you want them to? Oh, never. Oh, there we go. It's a dispenser. Person moves the brick away, and the dispenser fires that fire charge across there. Is it happening again? Yeah, they've done it again. Whoa, oh. Do you know what? That. Easy. That's why. Oh, how naughty of me. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be a pain in the butt enough for me to go along. Okay. I did change the sewers around a little bit. I started cracking the walls and generally trying to make it look a little bit different in the sewers. I added webs to the ceiling, but you can see the glowing lights over there. Things were changed around after players. I saw lots of playthroughs of players getting lost. Right, so this is one of the bases of the characters here. Who's this? This is Harry again. Harry says he's vanished. We get to see that when these timelines are created and the people get put into stasis, this is why they disappear. Thank you very much, Harry. Or should we call you Dirty Harry? Clint. And here's the tenuous link in a little bit. If I go down here, I know where I'm going. See, I added more glowing things. If I... Oh, didn't make the jump. Terrible of me. If I go down here, this is Joe. Joe's gone slightly insane. Harry's got that energy core. He needs to give it to us, doesn't he? Yes, yes he does. It'll all be fine. Hatred. Tenuous link I was talking about. Joe. See, Dirty Harry, Clint Eastwood, was going to be playing Judge Dredd. Judge Dredd was actually a comic book I used to read in 2000 AD comic book, and Joe, or Joseph Dredd, there you go, there's a link. Right then, I placed a boat here because people were not finding the lever. Well, it gives them a reason to come down and get this here lever. Because the note simply says you'll find it under a water inlet, and yes, that meant running around in here. And I have noticed that although my intention was to get the players lost in this maze, yes, it's a maze. Mazes aren't that much fun really when you're getting lost constantly. Okay. I can hear the Gollum heartbeat. And we're in here. One pumpkin. There it is. Run. Don't stand on ceremony, man. Just leg it. Leg it, leg it, leg it. Because the blighters will eventually just give up on you. There we go. Oh dear. I'm so stuck now, haven't I? I ran the wrong way. And it's my bloody map and I ran the wrong way. Oh well, so I'm going to have to fight the hordes. Did they leave me alone? Look at them. All up there. Bless them. They're all alone. What I got set up, and let's see if we've got some of these in action, because I think I missed them because I had peaceful mode on. But anyway, when you're running around in here, let's just get some food back. We have proximity detectors set up. Ah, here's one. We find it in the roof. There's dripping water. Is it going to go off? Here we go. It's going to go off. The water comes down. It releases spiders. Should be a spider over there. Yep. Oh God, he's here. Oh God, grief. Go away. No, no. You're not allowed. I'm going to get myself stuck in here really terribly, aren't I? I'm trying to show you something. Come here. Let me kill you quicker. Oh, God grief. Oh. Proximity detectors are smashing the blooming bottles as well. Come here. Come here. I need to kill you some more. That's it. Good boy. Yes, there you go. Some of them don't contain mobs. Some of them are just there, just to allow the water to come out of the ceiling. But we'll have a look on the outside, shall we? That's probably the best way. Since I'm always rather quick when it's my map, but yes, I would be running through there at the moment, so just in case, I shall leave that there. Oh my God, no placing blocks, what have I done? And we'll switch modes, shall we? Game mode, One. Vladimir. Okay. So let's go and have a look outside, shall we? Smash our way through here. Oh. And this is the sewers from the outside. It's not as good as, you know. It's quite effective from the inside. Let's just have a listen. Let's just see what we do here. Hear the footsteps. And placing villagers. Every so often, if you go inside, I don't know if you can hear them properly on this side, but let's have a listen. Yep, a little tapping sound. All it is villagers. Can't get out, I'm derping it again. Are villagers, and they make this sound on the iron blocks. I think they do the same on diamond blocks and gold blocks. But you can really hear the footsteps of villagers moving. So when you're inside, you can hear them. The water dripping through, I've just contained water in a little trough here. And then we have a proximity detector, which is still firing. Proximity detector here is a villager spawner inside here. These are something I made up prior to having any of the positional data, and these were all placed before those spawners were available. This glass block that you see, that makes sure that the villagers can't spawn anywhere other than inside of that area where they kill themselves with the lava. The signal comes out here. It will then shift the piston, which releases the water downstairs, and then activate random mobs. I mean, silverfish, skeletons, and zombie are the staple diet for this particular map and for this particular area. I use the same proximity detectors all over. This one here, this proximity detector is wired up to this dispenser which is full of fire charges. This is one of the ones that was firing through the walls earlier, and I believe that it's also hooked up, yes, to a potion smasher. Clear potions, no effect. Spawned lots of those in and filled up lots of dispensers. Yes, that's a cemetery. You see, it's cemetery. Everything in the nether I had to clearly label because I was getting lost. These little outcrops here of smooth stone, they're the mud places that we see. There we go. I think that's where Harry slept, yes. We also have proximity detectors which not only do they set off the water to pour from the ceiling, which now the water is now running, you see it running and now it's stopped. That will fire off the dispenser, but it will also send off a signal down here which will pull up part of the ceiling and dispense cave spiders. So a lot of proximity detectors in this area, everywhere where you see glowstone. If we zoom up, this is probably as high as I go. I'm actually on the other level now, looking down. But this is everywhere where there's glowstone, there's a proximity detector. And again, there's another little area where you can hear the footsteps of the villagers if they move. Didn't want to, but I've had to separate them because I don't want them breeding and having lots of villagers around. Didn't want to have like a bazillion villagers in there if that was going to happen. And again, we have the screamer box that we described last time with the ghasts in it, and in here we have the slowly dying. Look at him, bless him. He's poisoned. Permanent state of poison and invulnerability gives me that sound. Isn't he lovely? Right, I think that's it for this area. Master Vlad, I don't want to be boring anybody else. I think we can get back in, switch our mode back, can't we? And that's, yes, we've looked at Zendrium before. But what we've deciphered from this one, from this area, is that people disappear because they were put in temporal stasis. But the people of the city didn't know what was happening. It just happened to them. Some of them went slightly insane. Perhaps because the darkness got to them, or perhaps the process made them slightly insane. Or very insane in some areas. Oh, spooky effect. More light bleeding. Right, let's go and put the pumpkin, or the jack-o'-lantern. Is he coming for me? I can see you. Ah, he's missed me. Goodbye. And one of the things that was suggested via beta testing, I believe it was that there was no clear definition as to where you've been when you go and activate a vault and place. When you've placed, we get an activation. We know full well the glowstone. Whoop. Sounded impressive. That the glowstone comes in, that you've completed it, but you can't. There's no clear definition per se as to where you've been. So we've just been in the sewers. Hence the reason for all the water here along the road as you go towards it. What was the other one we went into? We went into Zentrium, didn't we? I think Zentrium has a big pile of dirt. Yes, it does. Zentrium at the end of the road here has a big pile of dirt here. And these are here as like landmarks. This one here still has one of the archways here. None of the other areas have that one. This one here still has its street name. This is Bank Street, and it has one of the only remaining lamp post in the ruins. So I tried to make landmarks just to help the players out. I think subconsciously it works. I've not heard anybody mentioning these landmarks in the playthroughs. Might be working, not sure.